So as you learned from the video that you should have watched before watching this one, the first thing we memorize is corner orientation, then edge orientation and permutation, then corner permutation, and then recap corner orientation. Then you execute corner orientation, corner permutation, and then edge orientation and permutation. So to start memorizing, start with the one closest to me, and that has to go clockwise, so C. That one's oriented, so it's C, 0, 0. Closest to me, 0, 0, C, and C. So it's a really easy corner orientation. We have C, 0, 0, 0, 0, C, C. Now, edge permutation orientation. That right there is our B sticker, followed by our X sticker. Now our buffer zone is filled. It is solved because the white-blue piece is now in the white-blue slot. So all we do is we replace it with an edge we know we haven't solved yet. So I haven't solved this edge, so I'm just going to go with F. So now we have B, X, F. F goes to U. U goes to R. R goes to I. So we have B, X, F, U, R, I. I goes to L. L goes to M, M, E. So we've made it back to the edge that we started memorizing after our buffer zone was solved. And in the process, we've flipped that edge over. So we have to remember that our buffer zone is now back again, but incorrectly oriented. So now we have B, X, F, U, R, I, L, M, E. So now our buffer zone is filled again. So we need to find another edge we haven't solved. So let's go with this one. So P, S, oh, that's convenient, PSP. So we have BX, FUR, IL, ME, PSP. Now if you find it easy, you can memorize the FUR, IL, ME as something like Furium, something like that, just to make it easier for you to remember, or just make a sentence out of it using the initial letters as the words in your sentence. PSP. And now our buffer zone is solved once again, and it's still incorrectly oriented. And we've actually solved all the pieces, so we should have one incorrectly oriented edge, which we do. So our buffer zone is incorrectly oriented, and this is incorrectly oriented. See, it's in the right place, but it just needs to be flipped. So all we do is we memorize one sticker each, so that would be GH, and that will flip the edge over. Now we memorize corner permutation. So in our buffer zone is 8. 8 goes to 5, 7, 4, 6, and 1. And that's our buffer zone piece. So it's solved, and we haven't skipped anything. This one is already solved. So that's right. So if we count, we have 8, 5, 7, 4, 6, 1. So that's 6 corners that we've cycled, which means, being an even number, we don't have parity. If we did have parity, it would be an uneven number of permutations. That means that these two edges would be swapped. All you do is, you do the algorithm that we use for corner permutation again. So you do it so you have an even number of permutations again, and that'll fix the problem. So we've memorized for corner orientation C0, 0, 0, 0, C, C. For edge permutation and orientation, we've memorized B, from here, B, X, F, U, R, I, L, M, E, P, S, P, G, H. So now on to the next phase in blind solving, the actual execution. So just before we start solving, we're going to do a fast memorization recap. So we have C0000 CC, B, X, F, U, R, I, L, M, E, P, S, P, G, H, 8, 5, 7, 4, 6, 1. So, put on your blindfold and now we solve. So, C, so we're going to do the clockwise move. 0, 0, 0, 0. Now we're going to bring this piece into our buffer zone for corner orientation and do the C move. And put it back and do the same for the next C. And doing those setup and set down moves, I didn't disturb the piece that gets flipped while I do the algorithm. So now corners should be oriented. And now we do corner permutation. So 8, without destroying my buffer zone, 5, and next is 7, and 4, which is actually the worst one, the 3 move setup move. 6, and 1. And since we have an even number of permutations, we don't have to fix the parity. So now for edges, memorize B. So here's my B sticker. I'm going to bring it into this zone right here. There it is. Swap it. X, just right there. Flip it to P perm. F, which is here. U, and here, so I bring it here. Do. R, it's right there, so I'm going to bring it over. Flip it. I do T perm. And I is here. T perm again. Undo. L is right here. And T perm again. M is here. I can use T perm again. E is right here. So I'm going to use one of my J perms. P is right here. So I'm going to bring it up and do T perm. And S. With my J perms. And P again. All of this, I'm not disturbing these two pieces and this edge in the middle with my setup moves. So, and now we should have 2 incorrectly oriented edges. So in order to flip this one and this one at the same time, we're going to do G, H. So G is just a T perm, H, the setup move with a J perm. And undo. And do the solve.